So, belly of the muscle, fascicle, muscle fiber. I'm going to start from the muscle fiber up. Muscle fiber. This will be one muscle fiber, okay? Each muscle fiber, we're going to go on top the inside later on, but each muscle fiber is going to be surrounded by a layer that's protecting that muscle fiber, and that is called the endomysium. Remember, endo is inside. Epimysium, perimysium, endomysium. Out of those three on your handout. So the one inside is the one surrounding the muscle cell. Muscle cell is the same thing as muscle fiber. That is important for you to know.
Muscle cell, muscle fiber.
Muscle cell, muscle fiber is the same thing. So that one muscle cell is surrounded by the endomysium. Now you get a bunch of muscle cells, all of them surrounded by endomysium. You put them together like this. This is a bundle of muscle cells. This is a fascicle. The fascicle is a bundle of muscle cells. They're all going to have a layer around them, surrounding them this fascicle, and that layer will be the perimysium. Once you have a few of this, like this, a few perimysiums, which are bundles of cells, all those fascicles together, a few fascicles. Once you have a few fascicles together, you're going to surround it again to form the muscle belly, and that outer layer is the epimysium. So let me repeat that again. I'm going to put it in this picture like this, not like this. I'm going to put, you have one muscle fiber like this. A few muscle fibers. Each muscle fiber has the endomysium around them, okay? You're gonna surround that by the perimysium. Once you have a few of this, it's gonna be surrounded by the epimysium, and that is the muscle, the belly of the muscle. So if you see it in the picture, you see the whole belly. You see the outside layer is the epimysium. Inside has several fascicles. Each fascicle surrounded by the perimysium. Inside each fascicle, the muscle cells, muscle fibers, each of them surrounded by the endomysium. Was that clear? Inside the muscle cell, you have what we call myofibril, which are the contractile units of the muscle cell. So, myofibril. Yes. The myofibers are inside the muscle cell. Okay? Now, each myofiber is going to have sections, divided in little sections. Those sections are called sarcomere. Sarcomere, very important for you to know what it is. Okay? It is the functional unit of the muscle. It's the one that's going to be contracting. The sarcomere. Remember sarcomere? You're going to need to know that. How does it work? Let's take this. Alright, so the sarcomere has these lines at the end. This is the outer layers of the sarcomere. These are the Z lines. Attached to these Z lines are going to be proteins called actin. That protein is the thin filament. Watch. Thin filaments are the protein actin. They're attached to the Z line. You have the drawing with you, okay? And here. Alright? And now in the center of the sarcomere, it's going to be the M line. You're going to have thicker filaments. They're actually called thick filaments, with another protein that is called myosin. actin and myosin. Actin is the thin filament, myosin the thick filaments.
White.
Okay?
Can you repeat that, please?
Yes. So, sarcomere is the
Okay.
contractile unit, the functional unit. At the ends, you have the Z line. Attached to the Z lines, you're gonna have thin filaments that are actin. It's a protein called actin. ACTIN. And then in the center of the sarcomere, there's gonna be a line that is called the M line. And you have a different protein attached to them. That protein is myosin, and it's known as thick filament. Okay? So, there, what it does is that these thin filaments and thick filaments are going to be pulling each other and sliding into each other. So at the end, you're gonna have this. This one was like all the way like, well, actually, you see, go like this. It's gonna be all contracted. This one goes in, the thin filaments go like this, because they're going to be pulling each other. They do this. So when they do that, the sarcomere contracts. That is the muscle contraction. Okay? Got it? Huh? There is something that is called proprioceptive neuromuscular facilitation. It's a long name. We'll always refer to it as PNF. Proprioceptive neuromuscular facilitation, PNF. PNF are body techniques that use these neuromuscular principles in order to stretch or extend in order to stretch or relax muscles. So PNF techniques, body work techniques that are based on the neuromuscular principles in order to stretch and relax muscles. We have two that we're gonna use right now. Will be neuromuscular principle number 3. A muscle will relax to the degree it contracts. You have the technique that is used in this case is called post-isometric inhibition. So, pretty much your muscle, like it says there, once it contracts, is going to relax. And he wants to be the model.
Well, I volunteer in the moment.
Okay. So, I'm going to tell you that this is extremely important and very good for you to use.
It's in our kinetic component.
Did you do it already? No?
No, but when we get to the kinetic component, use piano. It's one thing that has to
Is it okay?
As
Like
in
that?
when we take our
Your legs
seat.
this way. Your legs
Be a
this way.
frog,
Here,
be a frog.
here also, it's
Okay.
part
So,
of the kinetic.
you
It's stretching some.
careful with your head. Okay.
Proprioceptive.
Let's say that I want to stretch this right here. And I'm just going to start stretching and stretching and stretching. And it gets to a point, you tell me when to stop. Okay, so that's it. He can't stretch anymore because it's going to hurt him. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this muscle work. So, because once it contracts, it's supposed to relax. So I'm going to tell him push against me and hold it. So you hold 8-10 seconds, more or less, whatever. And then you say let go, and relax, and then I push a little bit more. And then it gets to the end again. Push and hold. And let go.
Oh, that's really cool.
So it keeps going. I wouldn't do more than 3 times, but at least do it twice. I'm gonna do it only twice so that we don't. Are you okay? Do you need me to do the other leg so you don't feel unbalanced? Alright, push.
We do it in the kinetic component. Teach us.
And let go.
He's already like
Every
more
time I do
flexible
that,
than
I get like
average.
a
His
freaking
doctor
gymnast
said
on the
I
table.
wouldn't do it.
And so she's like, almost want to split. Try it. She So
We always
big.
hit it a little bit past them. Fine, not like dangerous.
All right, good. Give me 1 second, stay there so that I can see that it's not.
Most babies his age have this age.
Well, actually, you know what? It's fine.
I think I had, yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for the model. Thank you. Let me tell you a story about this particular thing. I was in
Don't
school.
seem so excited.
I was in school and I am working in the office. I still don't know anything, I'm learning. But my friend came over and she had been working out, doing a lot of weightlifting. So she comes and I said, oh my God, I can't extend my arm. It's like this. She just, the pain was unbearable. It's like, I can't do it. Here I am, I don't know what the hell to do because people assume that, oh, she knows everything right now, right? So I'm looking at her like, okay. So I just first touched, okay, let's see. It was super contracted, very hard.
That's good. She was.
And immediately I said, hey, what if I try that PNF thing? So I used her arm and I said, okay, let me do this. So this is all you can do, right? Yeah, you cannot do anymore. So I said, pull against me. So she's pulling again and I'm holding like this. Okay, and let go. And I did this a little bit more. Let's do it again. And she's pulling, I let go. All of a sudden her arm is like this. She stretched the whole way. She couldn't do it. And she looked at me, and she's like the two of us because I was as surprised as her. I was like, whoa, I faced her. She looked at me and she says, apparently you're learning something that's cool. I said, apparently so. I was like, wow. So for me that was impressive.
Yeah.
And I've done it already, obviously, a million times. People need a lot of stretches in this area. You can do that and they will see it. It starts like this and all of a sudden they're all the way here. They can't believe it. It's like, wow. And obviously you understand how important it is to stretch. So that technique is extremely useful. It absolutely works. So in that case, the target muscle is the one that's doing the work. The next neuromuscular principle is a similar thing, but the other way around. It says when the muscle contracts, the opposite, which is the antagonist, must relax. So if this one is contracting, the other one, the opposite, the antagonist, has to relax. You cannot have the antagonist working at the same time. So you're doing this, this one is relaxing. So if you take that, oh yeah, that is called reciprocal inhibition. If you take that in consideration, what you do is the other way around. May I borrow your hand again? Little one, going to relax.
So you're basically to relax a muscle, you're gonna work the opposing muscle.
Yeah. So you can either go, you can go either way. If you make one muscle work, it's going to relax, but eventually once you release it.
Okay.
But if you make that work, the other one is relaxing. So you can choose which one you like best.
So just now you made her push against you
Yeah.
or pull?
Exactly. I did
Push.
both.
Okay.
The one before, let's just concentrate on this. I need to relax this one right here.
Mhm.
I cannot do number 3, which is making work that muscle. So she's pulling against me, pull. This one, this is working. So wait a few seconds, 8-10 seconds, and let go, and it's relaxing. Or I can do the other way around. For the same muscle, instead of making the muscle work, I'm gonna make this one work. So I'm gonna make her push like this. So now it's working this one, and this is relaxing.